everybody, Bart here, and wrapping up our all things sessions on shoulders. So we've done all things lunging, all things twisting, all things squat, all things pushing, all things pulling, all things lifting. All right, so the implements I'll use today will be my kettlebell, my arms, some free weights, and then I'll bust out my yellow band as well. Now remember, I have a yellow band, so this one isn't easy. It is challenging. So let's first just warm up our shoulders. Let's start with 10 arm circles, stretching out the fingers, rocking out the ears. We'll do some 10 huts, working the shoulder blades together. Now, I only do shoulders once or twice a week, depending on what I'm training for, because you get accessory shoulder work and pushing, pulling, lifting, squatting, twisting with a load. Shoulders are an accessory exercise, just like biceps and triceps, because when you do your push-ups, it hits your triceps pretty well. When you do your pull-ups, it hits your biceps and shoulders. So we don't need to do a lot of bicep curls, tricep extension, shoulder press, maybe purely shoulder press, which we'll go over with the kettlebell, all the time, because you're using your shoulders to do so many different other things. All right, let's check out this door jam stretch. Now, this one is perfect for at home, but there's plenty of things at the gym. You have columns, you have the side of equipment, all types of things that can allow you to do that chest opening door jam stretch. I like to twist into it. My thumb's always up. I like to kind of bend. I'll move my feet around. I might even lean out. All right. Let's work our waist. Turning our arms to noodles. Relaxing the arms. All right. So as we start our shoulder exercise education, we'll start with shrugs. Now we've talked about shrugs before in pulling, lifting. So with the shrug, I'm pulling up and in and back forward. So my scapulas retract and then they protract. So my shoulders don't move in a circle. They go up and back and down. This one, contrary to other exercises, we're going to inhale up because we're lifting our lungs. So we're inhaling up, exhaling down. This will be different from when we do our shoulder press. Inhaling up, exhaling down. As we start to work ourselves up, this is a therapeutic exercise you may have seen with bands. Helps heal rotator cuff injuries. You see it very commonly in baseball athletes, former baseball athletes. So from the front, you'll see I have my weights up. From the side, I don't have my weight down, and I don't have my arm bent. I'm up. I'm bringing this weight just above 90 degrees with the elbow. From the side, I'm pinching my shoulder blades together. From the front, I'm keeping the elbows in tight to my waist. I can be right a little bit closer to 90, but I don't want to let my shoulder start to fall forward. I want to have shoulder back. So I call these shoulder openers or shoulder rotation. All right, shake it out. So we started with our shrugs and we worked into our shoulder rotation. Now we've done lateral raises in a number of workout videos. I don't know if we've really talked about it much in our All Things series, probably not. So with our lateral raise, we could be weights on the thighs, weights together, or a little bit more to the side. Most shoulders don't like to be straight out. They certainly don't like to be behind. They like to be in front of. That's an easy angle for the shoulder, much more challenging, detrimental. So working from purely lateral raises to the side, mostly straight elbow. You can tell that I lift the elbow, wrist, and shoulder up. I start to modify by bending the elbow a little bit. I lift the shoulder, elbow, wrist. I might modify with a little hip action, which we'll call a push, lift. I might be more in front of the body with elbows bent. Think big scary bear, or fly like an eagle. I might have my wrists further forward like funky chicken. It's about as basic as it gets. So to review, with our lateral raises, most challenging, best, easier, easiest. Now, I can stagger my stance and do different types of lateral raises. Like I could be from a lunge. I could be starting in that bent over position and stand all the way up. We talked about adding that little hip pop. That's helpful when you increase the load, once it starts to get heavier. Now grab a sip of water if you need a sip of water. Friday is a big workout day for me. So we discovered the bent over rows in our pulling exercise video, but we'll review where we're pulling. What we didn't talk about in those videos are rear delts or reverse flies. So I'm in the full bent over position. I'm taking the arms out, elbows bent. I can perform the fly here, and I can have the hands face each other, or I can work here, hands face up, hands face in, hands face down. In either case, I'll have a bend in the elbow. I'll be tightening my core. I won't be collapsing in the lower back or spine. I'm in a hinge. My hamstrings are tight, glutes are engaged, core is tight, weight in the heels. So I stay static here. All right, so those are our rear delts, or we call them reverse flies. So we checked out the lateral raise, we checked out the shrug, shoulder rotation, rear delts. We reviewed bent over rows. Let's check out the overhead press. So this one's really tough. When I'm evaluating someone, I do it very simple. So I have them press one arm up, the other arm up, arms out, both arms together, both arms together. And what I'm looking for is for flexibility, a stacking of joints. Wrist over elbow, over shoulder, over hip, over knee, and so on and so on. I don't want to see the arm here. Damaging, detrimental. Stack the joints the way the lever and pulley system of the body wants. I see a lot of difference when people will put their hands together. They have a harder time than doing them separately. I notice that sometimes people are here, they don't even realize it, and so doing one at a time might increase the odds of doing the exercise correctly. So for our overhead press, I've got my wrists over my elbows. I'm pushing up until all my joints are stacked. And it's always easiest to lift the weight when you work with the lever and pulley system of the body. If I was to drop my elbow each time, I would lose mechanical advantage. Here, I have a mechanical advantage. Here, I have a mechanical advantage. So I'm trying to stack the joints, elbow over, elbow under wrist, all over, wrist over elbow, and back. So the overhead press is very challenging. Sometimes I'll use one implement, like with my kettlebell, to get more weight, and I'll hold with my thumbs through. That's the safest way to perform this exercise. Press it on up, back to chest. You see how I keep my mechanical advantage, my elbows up, shoulders up, core in tight, working with my breath. So that's my overhead press, military press. We've looked at bent over rows, rear delts, shrugs, shoulder rotations, lateral raises. Last but not least, we're gonna check out the Arnold press. Love the Arnold press. Now this exercise, elbows up, shoulders up. I'm bringing the edge of the free weights together, out, press up. Bringing my elbows towards each other, out, press up. Elbows towards each other, out, press up. Now the Arnold press, flexibility in there. This one's hard just without any weight. You could do about 100 of these real slow. That's a great warm-up. All right, that concludes our all things segments. We finished up with shoulders. Earlier when we were warming up, we checked out that door jam stretch. We're gonna check out chest expansion. Here, interlacing the fingers behind my hips, stretching back. Oh, I forgot something. That's okay. We'll use the yellow band another time. Shake it out. Taking this arm across, you see how I have the hand down, or the hand up. I'm gonna bring a hand under, stretch it over, bend my knees, turn and look right, working with my breath. Relax, switching sides, stretching over. Back through center, shake it out. Taking one arm over, stretching our obliques and our lats. Embracing our inner ballerina. Huge side bend. Working ourselves over to the other side. Reaching up and overhead. Getting a huge side bend. Then coming back. All right, that's it for this week, folks. Tune in on Monday. Happy Friday. Take care of yourself.